Okay, turn 27. Got some messages that have arrived. We've got Zeton telling Blucher that your last orders were well received and understood. He's going to shift his whole corps northward, so Blucher knows that he's got that now. He's sending it up towards Melee, however you want to say it. He's telling him that his corps is spread out and that St. Francois has fallen and French cavalry have entered Châtelet and French force in Charleroi are believed to have crossed the bridge. So he knows that the French are building up, so I'm going to have to start thinking about sending sort of an update to Wellington. Blucher has also told Bruiser, received your last, make with all haste using the best possible route to Marbais to join with the rest of Second Corps. Okay, so we know about that, and that's it for the time being. 28 is next. Another one to Wellington, that's good. Right. Where are we? So, let's get some place names on and have a look at the first bit just to coincide with that message. Tailorman. I'm a bit more awake than I was yesterday. Tailorman's call. Third Corps. Excuse me. Okay, so, this is these guys from Second Corps that jumped the gun a little bit, so they're going to sit tight this turn. They've just got that message, but they're going to sit tight until the next turn because I just sort of jumped the gun a little bit. Let's call them confused. What do we do? Do we go down this road or do we go up that road? So that's the way I'm going to do it there. Let's get my little tool just in case I need it. And what have we got? I suppose where all the action is. Lots of blue everywhere. Crikey. He's attacked. Blimey. And he's attacked in force. Oh, where did they come from? God damn. It's not looking so good here. I'm trying to get as much of the First Corps away as we can. I wonder if I should set up a sort of fallback position, because it's a long way up to Melee. Where are we? Up. Right up there. So I think I need a little bit of a fallback position just in case they do break through. Wow, they've held out. I'm surprised. Well done. Well done, my pioneers. We will remember you. We've got a squadron there that have done well as well. Crossed over the river. Good. They've not done too bad. Poor skirmishers. How many's left? 30. Oh dear. Routed. They're gone. There's 20 men. Some skirmishers. Oh, that was only one gun in. Oh, it was 8 guns. The one gun was here. Oh no, it was here, wasn't it? So he's taken that. They've come out of the blue a little bit to a certain extent. I'm not sure where they came from. Was it around here? Not to worry, not to worry. Cavalry's going to get slaughtered as well. Bugger. Bugger. Just, well, it's the full onslaught against the French. You know, it's not hardly surprising. So pretty much delay as well as try and get a defensive position up in Melee. Widely spread out, as you can see, just everywhere, all over Belgium, almost back into Germany and France. Alright, so business as usual then. It's annoying that I can't look at the jump map sometimes. Trying to just show what I'm doing. This is all Third Corps all along here. Let's have a look. So this is Third Corps, Third Corps, Third Corps, Third Corps, Third Corps, Third Corps, Third Corps. They are very much spread out. Right up, and this is also Third Corps here. Right up, and they're going to carry on going up that road towards Marbais. Well, we got Blucher there. Blucher's going to stay where he is for the time being. We've got elements of First Corps all the way up from Fleurus, well, south of Fleurus until from the woods, and my First Corps is these guys. All of these chaps, they're going to carry on marching up through that road, and that's their order of march. The First Corps not looking so good. They've got quite a way to go. They're all spread out here, or the rest of First Corps spread out here, and as I say, delay in action to try and get the remnant. Maybe half a corps. I'll be happy if I saved half a corps without getting them annihilated. Second Corps then are up here and a little bit in Ligny. So my Second Corps way up here. All the guys you can see here, plus up in this corner we've got the remnants. and the supply wagon, so they need to get down. The good news is there, I think they'll arrive by nightfall. I think nightfall was about 8 o'clock, 2000. By the time they arrive, no night combat, basically. I was going to say no night navigation. Sorry, been teaching today. No night combat. Therefore, however, you can sort troops out as long as you don't gain any ground or something like that. So they can, at night, or during the course of the night, get into position without fear of being attacked. That's the good thing. We can sort of go laterally, sideways and things like that, but you're not allowed to advance as to take an offensive advantage, basically. That's sort of the rule we play with. And if you're face to face, you've got to go a hex back. You've got a victory point, you've only the attacker goes 1 hex back. That's where we are. So I'm going to get moving and we'll see where we're at down here, what I can do to salvage, maybe get a position up on that high ground, just overlooking the road. There's Zeaton himself. Come on, Zeaton, sort it out. Okay, guys, I will crack on. I just had an afterthought. I have to write that dispatch to Blucher, from Blucher to Wellington, because I get the end of turn 27. This is due to arrive turn 28, so I have to send it to my allied partner. And looking back, it doesn't really say much. It's quite old. However, I've got to send it. Or we sent it a long time ago. He's just now receiving it. So 1300, 15th of June, year 1815. My dearest Duke, I write to convey you my intentions in order to contain and defeat General Bonaparte. I am presently based at my headquarters in the town of Ligny, and my most trusted friend and servant of Prussia, August Niedhofer von Gneisenau, is with me by my side. We are still awaiting reports from my corps commanders as to the exact location and disposition and intention of the French, and I shall ensure that you have the most updated reports when I receive news. My first corps are currently performing a delaying action at Châtelet, Charleroi-en-Châtelet, and my other corps are marching to me at Ligny. I can hear fighting on the other side of the Bois de Solimont, that's the forest, basically southwest of Fleurus. So I must assume that Zeaton has engaged a French vanguard. I must emphasise the urgent need to meet with all haste to combine our minds and forces in order to put an end to this Corsican's petulance. Adds a little bit of flavour. So I'm going to send that on. Courier-wise, that was just to sort of have a look there. That message there. Next turn, he's going to say, well, my plan has changed. But we'll play the game and do it properly. We can get these two red. I don't want to send one just yet, just because I want one more turn just to see what's actually happening here. So, quick recap of this turn. Second call on the march going down towards Marbe. They're sort of spread out on the road now. I'm going to ask him as well. I'll come to the decision because look, I can see them. They're not. That's what, a kilometre, 1.5 kilometres, something like that. They're going to be talking to each other. What are you doing here? Are you just going to line up there? What are they doing? It's not going to be a secret. I'm going to send a message to a corps commander. I'm going to get Hex and send a message next turn as to my intention. Blucher has told me to do this, that, and the other, and this is what we're going to do. That's realistic. It'd be more unrealistic not to, in my opinion. Everybody's well spread out. I'm just going to show you jump up quick. Look how spread out we are. So, the third call, usual business. My two scouts down here. Oh, I don't know how I did that. Where are we? Down here. I'm going to just sort of keep them floating around here. There's no blue there. But it'd be a good idea, because that's a nice road if the French do appear. Some bridges. So keep some there. Cross them over to Tergnay. Scouts up at Lambersart haven't seen anything, so they're going to go through the woods as well. And I'm going to use not a considerable amount of cavalry. What are we on there? 8 squadrons, something like that, to scout all of this area and keep an eye on the French. I've started to get Jagal and some of his troops that were sort of looking after the road, the forest road. They started to get on the move, and slowly but surely I'm going to put all of these units up on the road as well on the march. All the action though, I can call it that, is around Gilet and First Corps. Not much here. Got many these routed cavalry, and these chaps here, the Burgishes, they're getting out of the way. I am going to make a little position here, just overlooking the road with some guns. possibly might bring that battery up here, possibly. Just in the fallback position because it's slow going. It is slow going, and I may have to get these guys out the way because they are delaying the march a little bit. I did notice as I was moving, I should be moving a little bit further than this. I brought my cavalry up onto the hill, trying to get these cavalry away as well. Can we do anything? Not around here we can't. I tried to get these chaps out of the way, and they lost a lot of men. They can't really do much for the sake of it, I suppose. My poor little skirmishers, where are they? They're struggling to get away. 13 men. I wonder if any will make it back. I wouldn't say so. I try to get them out of the way. Try to get them out of the way as much as possible. It's not going well, basically down here. Can't put them into square. But if we turn them, can we get them 1 hex away? We can. What I'm doing with my cavalry. So, I'm outnumbered. I do have a horse battery, and I'm up against some half-decent troops here, half-decent cavalry. I'm going to spread out. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to spread out with the intention of maybe just making a charge to push him back. I don't want that infantry to come anywhere near. He can't fight me on a broad front unless he splits up, and he might possibly make a mistake, and I can hit him from 2 sides. That's what I'm kind of thinking there, and that's why my cavalry look like they do at the minute. Everyone else up here, we just turn them around just to try and make sure we can get these guys away. Not bothered about those 8 guns. I think I'm going to get them back. So I started to bring my skirmishers back, my Jaeger detachments, and that's how that turn is going to be left. What we got there, a squadron, but they're going to stay where they are. Okay, we've got these pioneers that can do nothing. Lucky if we get them on. 2, crikey. Not looking good there. So, that's where we're at. That's where I'm going to leave this one. And, yeah, I'll catch you for turn 28. Crikey, we've got a lot here. Not even 10% of the way through in this one. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Right, welcome back to Waterloo. Where are we? 5:15 in the evening, turn 28. And let's get some place names on. Have a look down here where all the action is. Okay, he hasn't fallen for my trap with the cavalry. He is pushing forward on this road to Catrogrado, and some routed units that we need to try and get away as best as possible. Okay, not much change apart from there's a lot more French. What I do know, I have to start sending some messages, and we'll talk about that in a few. He's holding tight and holding fire here, which is good. Okay, we've had poor pioneers, they've gone. But we expected that. They did their job. Held everybody back. No sign of any French down here, so it's going to be business as usual. Second call down to Marbay, third call up to Marbay, first call up to Melee. Message wise though, now without having a look there, well, you've just seen, but not paying any attention as to who and what and when. I did speak to my allied counterpart and said, you know, I think it's more unrealistic if I don't send you a message, because he would see on the black on his screen as well, if I don't send you a message as to what's going on. So he told me, yep, Prince of Orange is in Geminecourt, and I'm going to send a message from, this is my leading element's second call, so whoever was up there, they're just going to send a quick, simple message. We're arriving here, we've been ordered to position ourselves at Marbay, basically. And as third corps arrive and Thielemann gets up there, he's also going to send another message to them as well. Just short, simple messages without going into too much detail. So that's the plan there. On the messages that we need to, or I need to have a think about, we've got some arrived this turn. We need to send another one to Wellington with that information here. Where was it? There was one that said... Also, oh, it will be this one because I'm at the end of turn. So my plan has changed. First corps being ordered to abandon Châtelet and Charleroi, head north to Melee, which they're doing. Second and third corps will march north to Marbais, which they are doing. So he's going to get that information anyway, but I'm still going to send it. My intention is to move my whole army northwards and establish a defensive position. Okay, so kind of the major plan. Just make sure the music's off on here. Yes. So my big term plan, but what I want to do is get corps commanders to start telling Blucher where they are, just for an update. We've arrived at Marbais, for example. Thielemann, he's somewhere on the march in the middle, and to get Zieten to basically say, yeah, a lot of French there, heading north, corps split, and basically update Blucher with the situation. We can get these troops from 2nd Corps here on the move up to that road north, Saint Martin, Bothay, and across, so they can. They've set out that turn. So that's what I'm going to do. And once all that's done, I will see you in a few. Right, quite a few sort of admin-based stuff, things there, and a few messages to send. Where to start? So, 5 messages, 6 messages. Sorry, start that one again. 4 messages. First one from Zieten to Blucher, just to tell him what's going on. Leading elements of my corps have reached Melee. French are in pursuit in force from Charleroi with numerous cavalry and infantry, just to let him know there's lots of French there. Allied cavalry have been sighted to the west of Point at Mignolouf. My condition is fair. So, Zieten is here, sort of overlooking the retreat, and Blucher is still in Ligny, up here. So he's basically giving him an update of the situation, which is fair enough. So we've got all that. We just need a delay roll. 17, pretty much a whole turn. So that's going to get there in 6 turns. Turn 34. Boza, the 2nd Corps detachment from Pierce, the ones up in the north. Again, they're telling Blucher, my forces have begun arriving at Marbais. We're taking up a defensive position to await your further orders and the arrival of the rest of the 3rd Corps, and 2nd Corps and 3rd Corps. Allied forces are known to be in the west of us at Thiele, and we await further orders. So this is, where is he? That's Melee, Marbais. He's way up here. Okay. And he's just going to let Blucher know that he's arrived, and that he's spotted the allies here, and that he's going to take up a defensive position to basically await everybody, which is, I think, fair enough. Delay roll. 6, that's good. So it won't take many turns to get there. Turn 32, 4 turns. Prince of Orange. So it's not from Prince of Orange at all, it's from Boza, who is at... So I've done that the wrong way around, I beg your pardon. 397, 211, to the Prince of Orange. Sorry, I know you don't like me watching typing out. And Prince of Orange was at Jeminicourt, which was, where was it? I can't see the hex now. 352195. 352195. He said, I've arrived with a detachment of 2nd Corps under the orders of Blucher and been ordered to await the arrival of the remainder of 2nd Corps and the 3rd Corps under Thielemann. I'm taking up a defensive position to the east of the Bois de Hutter to wait further orders, which is what he knew. I had a look at what was sent to him from Blucher, and that was, upon the receipt of these orders, way back on whatever turn it was, divert all your troops to under your command to Marbais, align yourself with Pierce and 3rd Corps. So he knows Pierce is his commander with 2nd Corps, and the rest of 3rd Corps march with all haste. And as I said, I think it's realistic to us to send a small message to our commander next to us. Get a delay roll in there. Again, a 17. It's not the greatest of dice rolls, but there we go. It's only going to take 3 turns. And the final one from Zieten again to the Duke of Cumberland this time. My corps is on the march to Melee. We've been engagement with the French all day, and they've taken Charleroi and Châtelet, and they're in pursuit of my forces. My instructions are to head to Melee to regroup and reorganise. So, where are we now? Things are hotting up. So, Zieten is here, and Duke of Cumberland is here. I just chose the leading element, he just happened to be there. Again, that message would have sort of come down to Tiedemann, but they arrived the turn before, so inter-corps communication, that would have been covered with that one. So we've just basically told those forces what's going on, so they have an appraisal of the situation. And that'll be the last message. Well, actually it's not, but we'll show dice roll 12 this time. Okay, that's not too bad. So, 3 turns. So we got... everyone will be appraised of the situation. The next turn I'll have to send a message to Blucher that Tiedemann's 3rd Corps, or the leading elements, are probably arriving at Marbay. So, that's what we got there. We also had a message up here, 29, telling... Blucher telling Wellington that his plans changed, that 1st Corps are going to Melee, 2nd and 3rd Corps are going to Marbay. So I had to write a dispatch for that one. Let's get my dispatch open. My dearest Duke, I must inform your lordship of the urgent change in my plan. I've ordered the abandonment of Charleroi and the town of Châtelet, and I've issued the following commands. 1st Corps under Zieten are to march to the north to the township of Melee. We've been hearing heavy fighting towards Charleroi, and I believe the French are there in force. 2nd and 3rd Corps under Pirsch and Tiedemann respectively are to march to the town of Marbay and combine forces there, as I believe there is some good defensive ground in that area. There is no news of my 4th Corps under von Bülow, but I assure you he's on his way to help us drive the French back. So Wellington will get that on the start of the next turn, and that's him pretty much appraised of all the big picture stuff. So that's all the messages done. I'll send that away next turn. What actually happened in that turn? Well, 2nd Corps on the march as usual. I've pulled off the bloody supply wagons. I'm not going to need them. I can move them during the night. They just slow everything down a little bit. So they sort of pulled out the way, as I do a lot of the time, to get everybody on the march a bit quicker. Leading elements have already arrived at Marbay, but they're starting to take up their defensive position now. Starting to organise the troops. We've got the 4th Pomerisches here, or Pomeranians, the 2nd Rhinelanders here, and we've got the Landwehr troops following up. They're going to march down here, take up that defensive ground around these sort of villages, as we discussed. 3rd Corps, another turn or two, and they'll be at Marbay as well, but they're going to take this sort of area north of Vagnolay and Bry. This is the one I want. This is the one I want. The last sort of drips and drabs of 2nd Corps, they've started that on that road north. Got a random supply wagon down here. I don't know if I forgot about it a couple of turns. 3rd Corps, they're well on the march and well spread out in a sort of a Z shape, Z shape, or Z shape as we call it. Blucher's still at Ligny, that's fine. 1st Corps elements are in Melee. It's going to have to organise this because it's a little bit chaotic. We've got 2nd Westphalen, we've got 2nd West Prussians, we've got some Bergisches. Who have we got here? Landwehr troops. So yeah, I'm going to have to try and rearrange them and organise them back into their respective brigades. Worst part of it, all these little tricky bits. However, they're just glad to get them away. Down towards Gossel and Lumey, and basically getting out of Charleroi. I have set up that battery overlooking the road as a fallback position. I'm going to bring this gun over to the high ground and set it up as well to overlook this area. Managing to get a lot of troops on the march. Cavalry in places that are sort of poised to attack if we have to. However, I want to get people away. Oh, terrible. I want to get people away rather than attack them. Excuse me, and or stay and fight the French. Cavalry, brave there, but because they're disordered, they can't really move that fast. So I need to get everybody. Don't want to have any random stranded units. Have set up my artillery. Let's have a go at some lancers just to give them a bit of a bloody nose. That's all we can do. Just a 3. Oh well, better than nothing. And we'll get opportunity fire if he does decide to move though. Well, that's where we're at so far. Let's have a look at our scheduled reinforcements and what we're going to have. That will be ours for sure. Where's that coming in? Right up here, and that's with that elements of 2nd Corps. I would say that is allies. Mons, that's going to be Hellas, Barnes, Wellington, Supply, Hill, Picton, Pack, Vinker. He could be ours. Vinker, I can't see the hex that they're coming in. 319, that's going to be Allies again. Rogers Brigade from Braunschweig, is that us? Nope. Specht, Offerman, Uxbridge, Adam, Ross's Royal Horse Artillery, Halkett. Where's Von Bülow? Von Cruiser, he might be ours, or not. Nope. Where's Von Bülow? Funk. He's ours. When are they coming in? 3:30 on the 17th. Blimey. And Landwehr. Cavalry. So they're all coming in quite late. Another day, yeah? That must be 4th Corps, surely. I would say it is. Graf von Bülow, there we go. He's coming at 4 o'clock in the morning, 17th, and he's coming in. Corbeil. Let's have a look where that is on the jump map. He's coming up quite high. That's good. My fear was, I thought I had some troops coming on down here. They're going to get behind the French and they've got a long old march. But if they're coming up here, this sort of area, that's perfect. A lateral march across the map, if we can hold where we're planning to hold, will be perfect. Right, thank you very much for watching, as always. Thank you very much for your comments, as always. And I suppose after the end of the next video, I'm going to have to do the review. We've been 10 turns, so have a look at the map and what's happened, have a look at the diary, and what have you. Alright, have a good evening, and thank you very much for watching.